In this video, we're going to talk about shoulder dystocia. Okay, this is going to be presented to you by Dr. Albert. So let's get started. So shoulder dystocia is a condition in which the anterior shoulder of the baby is trapped above the pubic symphysis during labor. In the process of pushing the baby through the vaginal birth canal, when you're having entrapment of the anterior shoulder behind the pubic symphysis, that is known as the shoulder dystocia. So that means the baby is not navigating through easily to be delivered very well. Now, important to note that this is an obstetric emergency, and it's usually recognized using this sign called the turtle sign. In this sign, this is where we have in which there is retraction of the baby's head back into the vagina as they are being delivered. So you have the head going in, going out, and back inside into the vaginal cavity. Okay, just remember that is known as the turtle sign. If it comes up in your examination, please be sure to remember that it's very important in shoulder dystocia and recognizing shoulder dystocia. So what are some of the risk factors when you're having shoulder dystocia? One, gestational diabetes. Okay, then previous history of this condition. If you're having if someone is maybe gravida too, and probably in the first pregnancy they had this shoulder dystocia, that is also a risk factor for that. And then we're having obesity. Be sure to calculate patient's BMI so that you be very sure whether they are obese or not, because obesity is a risk factor. Then we have fetal macrosomia. So fetal macrosomia, that is when you're having the weight of the baby greater than 4 kilograms or 4,000 grams, okay, of weight. So when you look at fetal macrosomia and gestational diabetes, they tend to have a close relationship, as they might present with big baby. That is also known as the big baby, the macrosomia big baby, when you're having a baby greater than 4,000 grams or 4 kilograms in body weight. Now, how do you go about it? How do you go about shoulder dystocia? So we go about shoulder dystocia in the management. Remember, it's an obstetric emergency. We really want to manage it accordingly. So we're going to be using what they call the HELPER mnemonic. The HELPER mnemonic. So in HELPER mnemonic, the H stands in for, first of all, when you have such a problem, make sure you call for help. That is the first thing you need to do. And then you need to make sure you evaluate for episiotomy in case, because you want to facilitate adequate passage of the vertex of the presenting part through the vaginal cavity. So you want to be very sure if you're going to be doing an incision in the perineum to facilitate delivery of the baby. And then another one you need to make sure you do legs up. So this is usually in lithotomy position, that is known as the macrobat's maneuver. So you legs up so that you increase the space for the baby to go through the vaginal cavity, so that the anterior shoulder is no longer trapped. Then P is the suprapubic pressure. So suprapubic pressure, you have to apply pressure suprapubically, just behind the pubic symphysis. Make sure you apply the pressure so that the anterior shoulder can be delivered. Okay, so if that one doesn't work, then you go in, you enter, and then do the rotation maneuvers. Be sure to read about the rotation maneuvers that are involved in this. So you enter inside, then you rotation maneuver, so you facilitate delivery of the anterior shoulder. Then the next R is remove the posterior arm. So you want to be sure you deliver the posterior arm. Then the last R is roll the patient on all fours. So basically, hands down, knees down, and all that. Just basically like how you see the four-legged animals moving on ground. That's what you do. So that is the HELPER mnemonic for management of shoulder dystocia. So be sure to follow the steps very well. Help, evaluate for episiotomy, leg up, that's known as the macrobat's maneuver. Then apply some suprapubic pressure. If you achieve delivery with anterior shoulder before maybe the distal segments of the mnemonic, you have managed your shoulder dystocia very well. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like the video. See you next time. It's Dr. Albert.